Welcome back to day 2 of our vlog of our house build in the Philippines. Early stages, but we're getting going, so stay tuned. Okay, so here we are. We're back at the property, and we'll give you a swing around here and remind you that there's the pins. Probably can't see that yellow string in there, but anyway, this is the dimension of the house. It includes a, let's see now, 4.5 by 4.5 meter. Yeah, 4.5 meter by 4.5 meter back patio, and there's a little clump of knolly grass over there, if you want to call it. That would be the other pillar for the patio section. Basketball court for us is due south, so on the patio here, this line here would be the entrance to the house. And there'll be a wall from that pin going that way. There'll be a shadow wall, so just a lightweight wall. Not sure if we're going to even just maybe simply do that out of what they call marine plywood. So we'll have a look and see what that's all about. Okay, and then the guys are hard at work at where we're at, but we're going to split the crew into two starting Monday. The foreman from Leyte will be arriving, and we will split these guys into two. So this erosion, we are going to get this mass here. We'll fall that back into the ravine, and we'll start. You can't see it through there, but they've already put some sandbags in there, which will be fine. But we'll take this upper section and break it back in, and then we will get them started on the wall. We were hoping not to do it until next year, but it's very clear that we're going to have to do it this year. So, and that's fine. That's fine. I just want to walk over here and have a look. There's one tree in there. We would really like to keep it. We will, shave it down so that it's ground level. But we would like to save it. But if it's going to rip away potentially at the bank, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So yeah, that's what we'll end up doing here. And yeah, it'll work out fine. I can see the shape of how we'll do this now, because we want to save this spot. And so this will angle down like this, say 30 degrees. And so it won't be a flat wall. It'll be flat on one side, flat on the other. And where the two come together, I'll just get the guys to work it out, so it'll be sort of arced. And then, again, you probably can't see it by video, but then we will come off of roughly where the land has fallen and make a nice smooth arc over to the those cacti. Okay, anyway, stay tuned for more day 2 videos. Okay, so Lynn and I talked this morning. This lighter soil, more coral based. This has got good black soil on the top, muddy type of soil. And that stuff that's at the back that's more coral that they're taking off the bottom of the tank. Plus this soil here, that will all get bagged up as we see guys waning like they did yesterday. Then we'll just put them on bagging, because that's a little less strenuous. It's simple shoveling into bags. was this these bars that they use to work out the soil. They're pretty heavy, and you can imagine wielding that for 8 hours a day. That's why they sleep at lunch. That's why they have an hour-and-a-half break. Okay, more video to come for day 2. Okay, welcome back. Lynn's taking charge. Now I've heard the word lagi out of her, and that just usually with a high-pitched voice. Okay, so the guys of their own accord, well, first they're finishing up the shed here, and the bamboo lath has showed up, so they'll strap that. And these guys took it upon themselves. They'd rather bag inside the pit. Some of the bags we got are too big, so they're only going to bag half, and then they'll come out and grab some of this soil before moving it up there. So we will go by a wheelbarrow, and Lynn is on top of the hill looking down on everybody else, including me. She's higher than me. And at 4'11", I'm only 5'8", but there we go. So the bunkhouse is taking shape. They just got to strap this puppy so that they have a comfortable place to stay. Okay, back to you in a bit. Okay, everybody's hard at it, and we're actually kind of running out of work for them, for all 6 guys, but CR just needs a tarp. There's the dipper bucket, that's also known as the flush. And there we go. Everybody's in the pit. Okay, so the guys are all finishing up their naps, and Lynn is going to jump in the hole here and do a measurement. So far, the septic tank is down 3 feet. We've got to go twice that distance. Yeah. So pretty good day and a half of work, down 3 feet. Another day and a half. Hopefully it's done. We'll see. Okay, it's been an interesting afternoon. We had to go out and start finding hollow block. The hollow block that we had received from one supplier was absolute garbage. I don't think there was one grain of cement in it. I think they just were packing the water and stone and making a hollow block. Anyway, there's 2 grades here. One is standard and one is substandard. You might use a substandard maybe for your fence, but not cool. Anyway, those substandard ones, we ended up paying the same price as the ones we're about to get for the septic tank, and yeah, so we're off to the races. Okay, so what's happening this afternoon? Joseph is now working on the workbench. We've got more cocoa lumber, and one of the problems that Lynn and I are sort of running into is our rhythm. There's the CR. In so much as just making sure that we order things in a timely fashion. Anyway, one of the reasons for going out there was to check up on the concrete, and with that, delivery times. So we'll take an order of 200 pieces for our septic tank. We'll take those as quick as we can get them. The guy says Monday. They'll produce them today, and then they'll dry, and that should do the trick. Anyway, so we've got the guys walking around. One guy with the wheelbarrow. He's collecting up stone. We've got a bunch of stuff bagged already. So when the Lady foreman shows up, this will be his project, and we'll fire him at this thing. And we'll have to do a little bit of an assessment, but we will determine on Monday. There is some removed concrete over here that the barangay may just want to get rid of. And so, you can see it through the trees there. So we may just do a quick assessment. It may be worth it for us to bring a jackhammer in and start breaking some of this stuff up and collecting what we can out of it to retain this wall. So if we could get it down to that size a piece, which if I put my hand on it, still a fairly healthy piece. If we could break that bigger one that's in the picture right now, say in a 4, bingo bango bongo. Anyway, labor costs relative to materials costs, that's what we will be going through. And I like the idea of repurposing. And so there you go. That might be just what we're going to do here, is repurpose some of this stuff. Looks like we've adopted a new neighbor. At my request, I said to Lynn when she was having her chicken lunch, I said, give the dog the bones, the dog will eat the bones, all that stuff. So she fed the dog, and now
then
the dog
became best friends, right?
Yeah.
Sinong best friend mo doon, doggy? Sinong best friend mo
Notice
doon?
that tail is just wagging and wagging.
He's excited. Yay.
So this lady here has clearly gotten away from the owner, and because the collar is broken. She's feral, but very friendly. I don't know if you can see the ribs, but
He's skinny.
Skinny, but not, the fur's good, no mange. Clearly had puppies. Likes eggs. Okay guys, enough is enough. This is the end of day 2. We will see you tomorrow.
Excited, friend? Excited? Round 2 or round 3?
Oh, sit back down and look up at the camera.
Why?